guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time I'm going to play a little bit of catch up. We will get to the main news in a second, but I wanted to talk about a few things, so let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to start with the Transformers Cyberverse Wave 1 Scout Class, Warrior Class, and One-Step Changers have been released in some areas, and there's been some reviews on the Transformers Warrior Class stuff, which is the main thing that people would be interested in, and I gotta say it's very disappointing. They generally have a gimmick that restricts some of the movement, like Optimus Prime's arms. Starscream doesn't have knee articulation, so that you can stand while you do that weird swirl gimmick, whatever it is, and the wings just flop around. Shockwave has a giant cannon, but for some reason that restricts his head articulation because his head doesn't move, or something like that, and Bumblebee is just not that great. I've also seen the plastic. It doesn't look that good in quality. Some of the points of movement, some of the joints don't look that good. It doesn't look like some of these toys are going to last. Personally, there's only one figure that I'm going to get, and you guys know what that is. Maybe I'll get the Starscream if, I don't know, I feel like doing a review about this line. But it's very disappointing because we got a whole lineup of just simplified toys with the 3-step changers and 1-step changers and yada yada that already restrict articulation down to the point where all they have is pretty much the arms, and that's it. And now you have a line where you can have more of that articulation. That was the beauty of Robots in Disguise, is that, yeah, you had a lot of toys that had these weird gimmick stuff and restricted articulation, and they had these simple 1 or 2-step changers that were made like in a bunch of lines, and some of it didn't really make sense to me. But at least you had the Warrior Class lineup so that kids that wanted an articulated toy and to pose it and do whatever, you know, they can have their fun, and now it just seems like we've got nothing. And don't give me that crap about, oh, this lineup is just for kids. It's only for kids. You shouldn't look too much into it. Guess what? I was a kid at some point. I wouldn't buy these, and I'm pretty disappointed at these. At least Robots in Disguise had something for everyone. This is just not good. Get ready to see these on the clearance aisle. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if some stores like Walmart or something like that refused to sell them. Anyways, we got a Prime launch day reveal. We're getting the Nemesis Prime set that was shown off, I think about a month ago or something like that. But anyways, it's going to be released as a Prime Day exclusive, so prepared for Amazon.ca and Amazon.com. I'm not sure about any other locations. But it comes with a little sword that also transforms into a bird thing. Comes with a couple of extra weapons, the Dark Matrix or something like that. And of course, it's got the Nemesis packs and Optimus Prime repainted into Nemesis Prime. So if you're into that, there you go. I might actually try and get that. Another little bit of news is that we've got a possible leak on the name for the first or part of a War for Cybertron toy line coming up in Generations. And no, it is not a continuation of the Fall of Cybertron War for Cybertron toy line. This is a new toy line that's pretty much got the same name. I don't know why they can't come up with a new name for some of these Transformers things. But anyways, all we can see is that something that ends with GE is the title. And someone made the guess that it might be Siege on Cybertron or Rage on Cybertron. Personally, I would like to see the title be Siege on Cybertron, but I don't know. That's pretty much all we can get from this. I imagine during the San Diego Comic-Con, we are going to know more information on that. Speaking of San Diego Comic-Con, we've got some exclusives to talk about, and this is the main news that I wanted to talk about. We've got a Bumblebee pack with a couple of cassettes, and Bumblebee is pretty much painted to look like, I guess, Goldbug. He's got this nice black stripe on the top, as well as I think it's a Z28 or something like that on the side. Basically, it looks like very nice Camaro, very stylized, and very gold. And it looks very good. You get some rims with the, I want to say it's painted rims, but it might just be molded plastic. But still, very cool. I like the fact that it's gold. As far as the robot mode is concerned, you know, I do like most of it, but there is a difference in gold that I'm seeing. I'm not sure if that's really a bad thing. I'm just pointing it out. Not sure about the abdomen section because you get this gold and then black stripes. I don't know, it just looks weird, especially when you got all those different parts on there. But I don't necessarily mind it. This seems to be number 19 of the lineup of Studio Series, so it does count for that lineup. Now, the interesting part about that is that with San Diego Comic-Con, I imagine that we were going to get 4 reveals for the Transformers Studio Series lineup. Because Ironhide, the last one that was released, was number 14, I believe, and this is number 19. Which means that there are 4 figures in between, 15, 16, 17, and 18, that we don't really know about. If I have to place a guess, I'd say number 18 would be Bone Crusher, or maybe 20 would be Bone Crusher, because it was announced that we'd get a Bone Crusher down the line. As far as the other figures, I'm not sure. Maybe it's a Dark of the Moon Soundwave, or maybe it's a Sideswipe. Hell, could be a Hatchet. There was a rumor of a KSI bot. Could be one of those. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, of course, that's not everything. Bumblebee does come with a couple of cassette characters. And they're dinosaur characters, and they are, I believe, Dial and Zor, or something like that. I don't know. They're pretty cool. I like the transparent orange on the one. I like this kind of teal or cyan color on the more raptor-like one. I don't know. If you're into cassette bots, and I know there's a lot of people who are into that, I'd say this is something to check out. I'm pretty sure people are excited. I feel like we're going to get some chaos of them down the road. So keep an eye out for that. I'm just saying, we might. So with that out of the way, that's pretty much it for that. And now, the big thing that I wanted to talk about is the Throne of the Primes Optimus Primal. This is a mixed bag for me, because originally when it was announced, I was like, oh, I am so excited for this. This looks so cool. I cannot wait for it. I hope to get it because it looks good. I love the paint applications. And then there's one thing that really bothers me to the point where I actually hate this, and I pretty much hate Hasbro for this, and I'm getting sick and tired of this crap, is that the remaining Prime Masters are in the set. So it seems like they're not going to get their own releases. It also seems like they might just be repaints of previous Prime Masters, so woohoo for that. With different backings, of course. So you get the Prima Prime, or whatever it is, you get Amalgamus Prime, and you get Nexus Prime, as well as a legendary 13th Prime that is shaped to look like the Matrix of Leadership. I think that all of these do look good, however I'm so disappointed by the fact that this is pretty much so far the only set where we can get these. And it doesn't seem like they're going to make a general release of these. At least for the 3 primes, that would have been fine. The main 13th Prime, I don't really care about too much. But you have all these cards that were released for Prima, Nexus, and Amalgamus. And I actually have a few of those. And I'm probably not going to be able to get this set. I'm probably not going to be able to get the little cube guys. So that's very disappointing. But let's take a look at the throne for a second. Yeah, it's a cardboard throne. It would be nice if it was a plastic backdrop thing. But it's kind of not surprising considering that Hasbro's into these cardboard backdrops with Studio Series and whatnot. So I'm going to give it a pass. And it doesn't look too bad. It's just, you can obviously tell that it's cardboard. I do like the fact that it's got this clear tray to where you can attach the Prime Masters onto that. I just hope that when you take it out and put it back in, it doesn't warp. But it seems like it could rotate. I'm not sure. I didn't really watch the review. There is a review out there, so you guys can check that out. At least I think there is. I could be wrong. Optimus Primal does come with the Matrix of Leadership as well, so you can swap that out with any of the Prime Masters. As far as his paint job is concerned, his paint job is based on the original Optimus Primal, so the core figure. So with that, the core figure itself doesn't look that different. It's got a few different paint applications and I think a different sticker. The weapons seem to be painted differently, but that's pretty much it. It also transforms into the same surfboard, and then you've got the same monkey mode. You also have a crown with the set that can be removed, so that's cool. And then you also have this halo thing. I think that's actually the backdrop. I was looking at the weapon. The weapon is the Scepter of Sparks. And you can add at least 4 Prime Masters into that, so that's where all these 4 Prime Masters can come into play. So that's kind of a cool thing. I actually kind of like that. But as far as the set as a whole, I just think it's kind of disappointing. I do like the idea of the Optimus Primal himself. If it was just that, and maybe a couple of repaints of, let's say, Liege Maximo and something like that, that would have been fine, but it seems like this is going to be the only pack where you're going to get this Prime Masters, and that's disappointing. we should get a regular release, and this is where I'm getting at. I'm so tired of these damn exclusive figures that are so hard to get to where you can't complete a lineup. Let's say, for example, Brainstorm from Transformers Titans Returns got a 3-pack and then also got a Walgreens exclusive. Well, Walgreens isn't everywhere, so some locations wasn't really able to get a Brainstorm. But you had the other 3 that you can get, so you had an incomplete crew of these Autobot characters. And it's just disappointing, and Hasbro keeps doing this. With the clone packs, you couldn't get the full set unless you had the big packs and the 2-pack. It's just frustrating because we constantly get these exclusives, and because of it, we don't have incomplete sets of characters. I understand that they want to do exclusive characters, that's fine. But not when you have a whole bunch of them already released, and now you have one that's really hard to get. Like, if it was like, let's say the BotCon exclusives, or the Transformers Collectors Club exclusives, you didn't really need every single figure from that to complete a set from your retail stuff all the time. Maybe 1 or 2, but you were fine with what you had on your regular release. It didn't really affect it. Now it just seems like all these exclusives are starting to affect your regular retail release figures. So you just don't have a complete set. Or you have to pay scalpers for a complete set, or hell, for shipping and whatnot. You know? I remember the Grotesque and RC figure coming out, and people are saying, oh yeah, it will be available at Toys R Us. Yeah, not in Canada though, so I had to pay a scalper for those. So yeah, just pain in the ass. I'm so tired of it, but it's how it is, I guess. I just feel like if it was the Optimus Primal with the throne and the scepter and the crown, that would have been fine. I would have been alright with that. The Nemesis Prime is a fine exclusive because you don't really need it, but it is a cool thing if you want it. The Wreck Guard coming out, again, a cool exclusive. The Punch Counter Punch, again, another thing. But I'm just tired of this. Anyways, with that said, what is your opinions? Please comment below, let me know. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads. And I will see you guys next time.